Hey everyone, back tuning into today's video doing the weekend forecast today, having a detailed look at the weather next 7 days across the British Isles. We've had a very mild November so far this month, temperatures running around 2 degrees above average, been very little in the way of frost fog and certainly no snow away from elevation. It looks as though things are going to be a little bit more seasonable in the coming week. Now, we're not talking about depths of winter, we're not talking about severely cold weather with blizzards and severe frost, that sort of thing that you probably read about recently in your newspapers. There's no sign of that coming in the next week. But it's probably going to turn a little bit colder, particularly at night, when I think we'll have to think more about frost and fog. And of course, that fog could linger on through the day as well. That's until later on in the week, when it probably turns wet and windy again, and temperatures will get a bit of a boost. Have a look at all the detail in a moment. Before we get on with that, just to say about the ads, there's links to articles sitting underneath the weather video here on the homepage, Jack Gaswell. Visit on how to browse through the widget. And if there's any articles that you're interested in, just click through. There's green keyword ads on the pages, so you can right cursor over green keywords, so display ad. If you click through your word, go to Amazon's website, you'll be supporting GaswellBiz.com by doing that. There's an adjunct now down near the comment box. Have a browse through that and click through there if you want to do that. And Gaz Shop is open, so if you've got any Christmas shopping to do at Amazon between now and Christmas, just click through the Amazon banners in Gaz Shop. That's the key. Go from GaswellBiz to Amazon, buy the Amazon banners, and because you've gone through from GaswellBiz to Amazon, when you do your Christmas shopping, you don't have to do anything else, just do your Christmas shopping as normal. GaswellBiz will get a royalty fee on the things that you're purchasing. It's been a huge success this year, so thanks so much to everybody who's got involved and done their Christmas shopping via GaswellBiz at Amazon. Thanks so much for doing that. These things are essentially paying for the website. They allow me to sit here and talk to you via the website. So thanks so much for getting involved and doing that. The charts we're using come from weathercentral.de. Got some charts at the end from Weather Central from theweatherout.com. And also we've got the radar picture from Weather Outlook as well. You can find a link to both those websites on this page. So I'm just going to start off what's happening in America. It's been a very, very cold week across the United States, particularly the north and the east, over the past week. Huge amounts of snow in upland New York. I'm sure you've seen about it on the news. Things are moderating now. The high pressure is shifting more over towards the east. We're starting to pull up this milder southerly flow into the north and the east, coming up from the south. So things are easing. The thaw is starting to take place. The upper air temperatures show that the cold is receding back up towards Canada as these milder winds push in. Now, whether they have problems with the thaw in terms of threading, we'll have to wait and see on that one, but at least the snow and the severely cold temperatures are easing. Mind you, I think it's only a temporary reprieve, because as we get through to the end of next week, we can see that very cold air is blasting back in from the north to the north and the east of the states. Once again, another thrust of cold air coming down from Canada. So the upper air temperatures tell the story on that one. Again, very cold air coming back from Canada into much of the north, central and eastern part of the United States. So after a few days moderation, looks like they're going back into the freezer later next week. As I say, there's no sign of anything that cold coming up for us during the coming week, but it is going to be feeling a little bit cooler with frost and fog certainly possible at night. This is today's radar picture, and we see that we've got some quite heavy shower rain across Scotland. Elsewhere it's more sporadic, although there are a few heavy bursts down in the southeast. I think we'll generally find through the course of today that things will dry out. These showery bursts of rain should ease off, but the rain will come back across the south tonight. Here's today's synoptic pressure chart, and a bit of a messy scene really, but the main thing is this area of low pressure to the north of Scotland. It's trying to bring colder air down from the north, but we've got a weather front sort of clearing away to the east, and another one gathering there with that little T down across the Bay of Biscay. That'll push northwards through the course of tonight. So for the rest of today, the rain will become more showery across most parts of the country, much of England and Wales turning dry actually through the course this afternoon. The rain across Scotland will be easing off as well. It's very mild down in the south. We have pulled up some very warm air for the time of year, with temperatures up to 14 Celsius, 57 Fahrenheit, but it's cooler in the north at 7 or 8 degrees. So as we go through into tonight, we're going to find that front coming back up from the south, so we're going to turn wet down across the south and the southeast. I think much of central southern England, perhaps parts of South East Wales, the Midlands, East Anglia, Lincolnshire, South East England will turn wet through the course of tonight. Some quite heavy rain setting in by the end of the night. Scotland, Northern Ireland, the bulk of Northern England will become dry and clear. It can turn quite cold in the north with a risk of a widespread ground frost as temperatures get down towards freezing. But down in the south east, very mild with temperatures there just 12 degrees tonight. Minimum temperature just 12 degrees. That's above average even for daytime at this time. Yeah, so huge temperature contrast across the country tonight. That front is going to really get stuck across the south as we move through into Sunday. So we're looking at a wet day for much of the Midlands, Southern England, East Anglia, South East England. I think the rain will ease off across the Midlands and Southern England through the course of the afternoon, but it'll carry on all day across East Anglia and the South East. Some very heavy rain mixed in there. Torrential rain possible in places. Certainly over an inch of rain looks possible. Further north, it's mainly dry for Scotland, Northern Ireland, Northern England, Wales. There could be a few showers around Western Coast, but I think a good deal of dry weather through the course of Sunday up in the north. Colder everywhere. Temperatures in the southeast will probably start off at 12 degrees, but it'll be one of those days where they're dropping through the day. So the southeast starts off at a very mild 12, finishes up around 8. Elsewhere, we're looking at temperatures just 5, 6, 7, 8 degrees. So really quite cold and feeling particularly cold under that persistent rain, of course, across parts of central England. Now, that rain will finally clear away as we move through into Sunday night, Monday morning. We'll shift the rain off into the North Sea. And then we've got this ridge of high pressure building in across the country. So we start the working week on a mainly fine note, but it'll be a lot colder on Sunday night. There could be a widespread frost with temperatures widely down as low as 1, 2, 3 degrees. That will be low enough for a widespread frost. 1 or 2 places probably going sub-zero. And we could have some dense patches of fog forming as well on Sunday night. And they could linger well on into today through the course of Monday, but the sun is very weak now, doesn't have the strength in it really to burn off the fog. So yeah, some places could be stuck in fog all day on Monday. It'll be a particularly cold day where that happens with temperatures just 3 or 4 degrees. Otherwise we'll get up to around 7, 8 or 9 degrees, but certainly cooler than it is today, and cooler than we've had it through most of this November, to be honest. Getting through into Tuesday, and the high pressure is still reaching through the country, but things are beginning to turn a little bit more unsettled from the south, so it may bring some cloud and showery rain across southern, southwestern parts of England by the end of Tuesday. The rest of the country, though, will start off cold again with a widespread frost in many parts of the country, and more dense patches of fog are possible, perhaps more in way of fog even on Tuesday morning, and a lot of that could linger on through the course of Tuesday, so do watch out for that if you're travelling about. Could be quite a bit of fog. It's always risky forecasting fog in this country now. We don't get as much fog as we used to, and that's mainly due really to the Clean Air Act not allowing the particles to form in the air. So it's always a little bit risky to go for fog, but these do look like perfect conditions really, with a lot of dampness on the ground, lots of anticyclonic conditions as well. These look pretty good conditions to get fog forming through the course of this week, so do watch out for that on Tuesday morning. Otherwise the fog will clear, allow some weak sunshine to come through, or lift into low cloud. Temperatures around 7 or 8 degrees, so fairly chilly, will be colder where fog tends to linger. Going through into Wednesday, and very complicated pattern, but there's a trough coming up from the south, so that could give England and Wales quite a wet day on Wednesday. At least you won't have to worry about fog there. Further north, Scotland, Northern Ireland, perhaps parts of Northern England, the risk of fog continues. Cold early and late, with a risk of frost in places as well. Temperatures will be picking up a little bit in the south. That's getting up to around 10 or 11 degrees in the far southeast, but still generally quite chilly at 6, 7 or 8. Certainly a cooler feeling week, I think, this week. Now, it's all changed as we get through into Thursday, with this area of low pressure winding up in the Atlantic. So this blows away any fog through the course of Thursday, because the winds are freshening with those tightly packed ice bars, and it's turning wet and windy in the west. But the east could still be mainly dry through much of Thursday. Temperatures lifting up in the west, getting up to around 10, 11 or 12 degrees, but still quite chilly in the east at 7 or 8 degrees. All places turn wet and windy overnight through the course of Friday through the course of Thursday night into Friday morning. The fronts probably get stuck across the country on Friday, so expect a pretty grim day. A lot of heavy rain across the country, strong winds as well, perhaps gales around southern and western facing coast, eventually clearing to sunshine and showers in the west. But temperatures get a boost, so at least it'll be milder, with temperatures up to 12 degrees in the southeast. That's 54 in Fahrenheit. And we end the week on an unsettled note going into next weekend with low pressure in the Atlantic, bringing in this westerly flow. It's a case of showers or longer spells of rain, but temperatures back up towards maybe even a little bit above the seasonal average. Here's charts and weather outlook for today. A lot of dry weather across the country through the course this afternoon. The shower rain should be easing down. It's going to be very mild as well. As we go through into Sunday, though, we're going to find a wet day of it across much of England, particularly central, southern and southeastern parts of England, with some heavy outbreaks of rain in places. Drier up to the north and the west, and it's cooler up there. All places turning cold. So after a very mild start in the southeast tomorrow, those temperatures will be dipping down. Going through to Monday, a lot of dry and fine weather actually, but it'll be a lot colder. There'll be frost early and late, with risk of fog patches as well. I think we'll see some rain start to push up from the south because Tuesday. I think this is a bit overdone. I'm going to restrict the rain more towards the south on Tuesday, with most places probably staying dry. Could be quite a bit of fog around once again. Then moving through into Wednesday, well, it looks as though we're going to have rain across England and Wales in particular, but this is taking it further northwards than that. Temperatures stay to get a little bit of a recovery in the south. Quite a bit of dry weather on Thursday, but it'll be turning wet and windy in the west eventually. And then as we get through into Friday, it's a case of rain clearing east and then showers following in from the west. So in summary, it's going to be a more seasonal feeling week, very mild today, but after that it's going to be cooler, heavy rain in the southeast tomorrow, and then the coming week, I think the main risk is going to be early and middle part of the week, with the risk of frost and fog, and then as we get through to the end of the week, turning wet and windy off the Atlantic. That's it for now. Thanks for watching.